It's kinda dark out. I do think this fight is the light, fight of the light. This is a rough draft, but fuck it, the timing was right.
Power, that's right.
Would you give me 3 things that will help us to harness that power?
Okay. The first thing here is condition your mind to become like a person in elementary school. Children have vivid imagination. And we used to be that way. Then we go through puberty in high school, and you don't supposed to be dealing with that stuff. That's when you really die. Then you become an adult with responsibilities on the conventional way of life. We're talking about chaos now, so what you're going to have to do is overhaul all conventional ways of thinking. You're going to have to think like an animal. Sexually, socially, economically. You're going to have to think like a juvenile, because you're going to have to reverse the polarities of what they call grown. Becoming grown, you die. The energy is distinguished, because what happens is chaos. Whenever you put it in a box, it's chaos. You got to go with the flow. Whenever you put it in a box and try to organize it, it dies. That's why Western society is not good for us. That's why business and all other shit ain't good for us. Because when you try to organize it, it goes, you see what I'm saying? That's why you think our businesses run like chaos. Look at a damn business today. It took 5 hours just to get some damn food. You know what I'm saying, though? And they're always out of shit in the back. We out of there. Like, how this shit run like white? But then again, that's white. That's chaos. You got to go with the flow. You see what I'm saying? You got to go with the flow. So on one thing, you got to eliminate all responsibility. I talk about how I don't make my bed. Since I moved in this house, I ain't made my bed. And I remember my mama used to make her bed. She's a school teacher. She ain't never made her damn bed. But she ain't never been sick. You see what I'm saying? She never been sick. Now her sister, she even organized the goddamn pencils. By them. Chronic arthritis and all kind of stuff. Grandmother always trying to deal with all this stuff on a certain rigid level. Always sick. You understand what I'm saying? You see, so you're going to have to, that's the first thing. You're going to have to go, that's the first thing you need to do, is to go with the flow on that particular aspect. Another thing here is, don't spend so much time trying to figure out what you can do physically, but figuring out what you can do mentally, trying to understand. The spirit realm is not a physical phenomenon. It is a spiritual phenomenon. Okay? So, a lot of times, don't even think of what you think is spiritual in the physical sense is not necessarily that way. Anyway, it's something totally different. It's so different you'll even scare your ass. You see what I'm saying? But accept it. But accept it. So, one thing here is you're in a system of studying. But see, now the Afrocentric community is stuck right now. We sit around and we worry about how fucked up the black community is, and we get a high on that, on how niggas is messed up and how all this kind of thing is, and how we gonna get out of this and stuff like that. No. Get rid of that right now, because first of all, let's cut to the chase. I'll give it to you plain and simple. You ain't gonna build no new black nation. Go hang that shit up. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't going back to Africa and build no new thing, all this. So, but you gotta understand. You gotta understand what the text said. The text said caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly, not caterpillar, cocoon, caterpillar. We were pre-human stage. I'm not talking about no ape people. I'm talking about we were in a spiritual realm. Then the vibratory realm fell, and we became physical dense bodies. And these bodies is used as a prison, but it's also a cooking mechanism to ferment the soul so it can illuminate into a glorified spirit. You see what I'm saying? So you got to stop thinking like a human. We're not going to go back to be better humans. This is not about improving your human life. Been there, done that, got the goddamn t-shirt. This is about going to the spiritual realm. You said, damn, tell me that shit in the Christian church, though. No, but it was all the way different. But we're talking about taking things and trying to understand the spiritual aspect. You see what I'm saying? Fall in love with death. Not necessarily that you want to die in the aspect, but what you want to do is you want to give up most things that is very important in your life. You see what I'm saying? You got to eliminate all this stuff. You're going to have to learn how to flow with this thing. And in so many words, you're going to have to stop being human. Number two, cut off at this particular point. You might love them from afar, but any motherfucker who ain't down with this stuff, they be family members, mama, daddy, children, cut them loose in the aspect is, and when I say cut somebody loose, I'm not talking about where you got to shut up in the house. What it is stop trying to teach them something. You got to do your thing and be on your agenda. You see what I'm saying? On your agenda. And all, but it's not based on ego where you trying to learn something to go out and knock somebody over the head with it. You understand what I'm saying? They gonna get the way you're going before you. See, each one of us know a couple of hundred people, a couple of dozen people. You are, because you are conscious, they don't have to be conscious. You are the perfecting agent for them. This is how this thing goes. So when you look at all niggas are dead and niggas are and they are fucked up. But there's a mystery. They have to go through all, you know what, they went through all the sacrifice and all the people in prison and all that stuff so you could get what you had to get. So you have to focus on what you're going to do because they are going to be, they're going to go where you're going because of you. You are the head of the snake. They are the tail. So don't be worried about this whole revolutionary thing, how all the black people talking about how we going black people on the rise. Black people ain't on no damn rise. So we're talking about right now is to focus in and trying to get anything that you can on anything cosmic and anything spiritual. Now remember this, the black hole is not out there. This is called the petty universe. The Michael Chalmers book, the holographic universe. That universe out there don't exist. That's called a petty universe. The universe exists inside of you. The black hole is your heart chakra. That's where this thing is. It's in your heart chakra. It's in your heart chakra. But you neutralize the ego through the heart chakra by not worrying about this foolishness out here. And go by what your spirit say. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to, because you're going to wear yourself thin. Because you're in an animal house. You're in a mental institution. You're in a mental institution. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't want to burn up all your energy. You got to know when to throw in the damn chips. Throw in the rag. Throw in the towel. We live in the land of mammoth. This is, even the Bible and all these religions talk about these last days when it's just going to be complete, insane. It's a mad, mad world. I mean, so right now, you can do what you have to do, but I'm going to be honest with you, you burn up a lot of energy messing with what they call the Goyim, the masses, or the insane. There got to be a priesthood that got to walk through this. Your consciousness now have to stand for something. But you're saying, damn, I came in this consciousness, but black people are all messed up. What am I supposed to do? You are supposed to be the doggone fountainhead for them. But you got to, now is the time to line up with stuff spiritual. You see, all the marching. So right now, you know, somebody, nigga just shot. I mean, we gotta have prisoners of war. We gotta have casualties of war. I can't be focused on every black person that's been done wrong by white people because most of them people ain't conscious. And I'm not necessarily saying I'm trying to be an elite about this thing here, but what I'm trying to say here is, if you just focus on everything that gets fucked up, you're going to be doing this every day of your life. You see what I'm saying? There got to be a time where you got to focus on the bigger picture on how to get up out of this. Other than every little goddamn nigga fall off the side of a truck.
If a person, when you breed an animal, I don't give a damn how much that animal walk around talking about I'm the shit and proud black this, no. I bred your ass. And I have the science not only to know what you're capable of doing, I have a program that I can put in place to rebreed your ass. You see what I'm saying? So not only did they breed us from slavery, they have the training to come back in based on what they bred you from the get-go and rebreed your ass into a new damn idiot. And I'm saying they're going to have a rebreeding process on us. Whereas black people don't even tend to even just get mad no more. Until when the white man tell them to get mad. Don't get mad because I done put the crack in the community. And told you I put the crack in the community in 1996 and you don't do shit but ask me to investigate myself. What an idiot! But get mad off of a fucking state flag. See the insanity? But we're talking about a breeding process and stuff. And we got to break these particular shackles. But then again, on the other hand, we got to override all this bullshit. We don't even want none of this shit. Because that's also a doggone thing. Let the Afrocentric people, they've been talking that shit for years, all the revolutionary niggas. They ain't gonna hit a lick out of a damn snake. I'm saying I don't want none of those motherfuckers say, well, don't you want to just go to Africa? Don't you just want to go to Spain? And just, I say, I don't want to go nowhere. I don't even like this fucking earth. Fuck nature. Fuck all of it.